Hi everyone, it's Fun Facts Friday here at Monina TV. My name is Monina Evangelista. I am a businessman, an entrepreneur, and a financial advisor. But before I proceed with today's topic, please click the subscribe button below and hit the bell button so that every time we upload a new video, you will be notified so that we can watch it together. Today's topic is about emergency fund. You know, lately, I have been talking to a lot of people who come to me for financial consultation, and it is saddening that a lot of people do not have an emergency fund. And this is the reason why they are having a hard time coping up with today's situation, which is the COVID pandemic. And, they are all in regret. Nagsisisi talaga ang mga tao for not listening to financial advisors, financial consultants, or anybody who talks to them about emergency fund. Hindi ko rin alam, actually why people do not listen to us, pretend to not hear us, scene zone us, or ignore us every time that we talk about these things. And because of the COVID emergency that we are having right now, a lot of people suddenly realize that, in fact, emergency fund is something that we need to talk about. And so I hope that you will stay tuned and listen to this entire video, because I'm not going to say anything here that will not be of help to you. This is for you. You need to listen to this. You need to understand the importance of an emergency fund. Okay, let me explain to you why you need an emergency fund. I have read this article by the Center for Disaster Control and Prevention in the US. And they made a study, and the study shows that 43.3 people out of 100 would go to an emergency room in a year. That's a big number. That's 43.3% of the population. Or to simplify it, that's like 2 out of 5 people. And they're saying further that 40% of these cases are actually caused by injury. So what does that tell us? Injury means na-aksidente, nahulog, nasugatan, nasaktan, whatever. These are people who are very healthy, wala silang nararamdaman, they don't have any medical complications whatsoever. All of a sudden, boom, emergency, nagka-aksidente, and so injury sa nang diretso sa emergency room. The study shows also that about 10.5% of these cases end up being hospitalized, or nako-confine, and 1.5% of them end up in a critical condition. You see? So, doon pa lang sa numbers na yun, 2 out of 5 people go to the emergency room in a year. That's a lot. So the probability is really high. So that alone will tell you that emergency fund is very important. And guys, we're just talking about hospital emergencies here. I'm not even discussing about other emergencies like calamity, na ang dami-dami dito sa Pilipinas, parating bumabagyo, lumilipdol, nagka-tsunami, whatever. Minsan nagkakatunog, that's also an emergency. You have a car accident or vehicular accident, nabangga ka, that's also an emergency. Or how about a sudden unemployment, like now during COVID-19, ang dami sa ating walang trabaho, hindi ba? So that is also another kind of emergency. Well, anyway, when I read that article, I actually, thought about how many times I have gone through an emergency. Na, oo nga, andalas din naman nga pala talaga. Hindi naman siguro dahil sa malas ako, pero I have just recently had a vehicular accident. Nabangga ako, as in, wasak yung likod ng kotse ko. This was just last year. And I also had my personal trip to the emergency room maybe 2 or 3 times for the past 5-7 years. And I also had an injury, nagkaroon din ako ng neck pain, nagpunta ako sa emergency room, and so on, no? And now, coronavirus affected our business as well, because we have 2 businesses that are involved in the events industry, and all of a sudden, we are out of income. So this is considered an emergency. So anyway, to cut the story short, all these things, people, you have to think about the things that happen in your lives, no? An emergency is not a joke. It's not something that people come up with just for you to do and to save for that emergency fund. Based on statistics, again, a person goes through an emergency once every 5 years. This is for the younger people actually, because as you grow older, it becomes more frequent. That is something that I want to tell you, because I think when I turned the 40 and 45, the trips to the emergency room become a little bit more frequent. So anyway, I hope that you realize that an emergency fund is really something that we need to prioritize. Eka nga, kailangan mo na i-consider yan as one of the basic needs of people, di ba? When we say, in school, we are always told na what are the basic needs? Food, clothing, shelter, transportation. No? Ngayon, kasama na talaga yan. You have to include that. Emergency fund is something that you must have.
Are you worried? Are you happy? Are you worried? Do you want to? Okay.